You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, which is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Life and duck hunting have a lot of similarities. Like 1 minute you're hanging out with your friends, and the next things are coming at you from all directions with a quickness.
So it's good to have a friend like State Farm agent Hunter-Emory in your blind, or at least in your phone's contacts.
Hunter, thankfully we are inside around this fire, because when we went out in December for the duck hunt, the conditions were not that great.
Not pretty at all.
No, the rain and the wind were blowing. We had our gear on, but that when you think about going out to do something like that, you try to prepare as best you can for what you're going to face. But much like that, it didn't. We prepared as much as we could. We were still soaked.
Yeah, it was a little bit of chaos out there for us, and you know, some of the best days to go duck hunting are some of the worst weather conditions. And
That's very true.
I think that's why people think duck hunters are a little crazy.
It got me thinking as we were out there. I'm like, 1 minute, if you're in a blind, you're just sitting there hanging out, and then the next minute, you got ducks. You got that action. It's coming at you fast and furious, and you got to be ready for it. A lot of that can be translated into life.
I like to think that chaos doesn't send you a calendar invite. I think the same thing could apply to duck hunting. When you go duck hunting, you're getting prepared to put your decoys out, you're getting your guns ready, and you're waiting for the ducks. You don't wait for the ducks to be on you before you do that. Right. And I think with insurance, with what my job is, the same applies there. And you prepare against that chaos, you prepare for it, and that's what we like to do for our policyholders.
You almost have a crystal ball that you can see into the future. You can say, hey, look, I've seen this happen. I understand what you might be looking at or what you could be looking at down the road, and here's why these items, these levels of protection are important.
Education is big for us, and experiences we've had with our office and what we've experienced in the past with our policyholders and what they've gone through. We don't look at policyholders as writing policies on them. We look at what we can do to prepare for the unexpected and make them aware of what could be out there, the unexpected, help close those holes they might have, and make sure they're insulated and take that risk off their plate and put it on our plate as the insurance agency.
The snow, the cold, the ice, the winds.
Yeah.
At any given point, Mother Nature could say, you know what, I'm having a really bad day, and everybody else is going to have a really bad day along with me. And what you thought was a very sturdy oak tree in your yard is now leaning up against your house.
Yeah, that's the most unfortunate event. A lot, we see that all the time with our policyholders, and they're calling us wondering, do we have coverage in place? And that's over the years of education, years of preparing, years of reviews, and going through their policies like a fine-tooth comb to make sure they have that protection in place, to be able to sit there and tell them it's taken care of. We're going to cut the check and make this go away for you, make it as if it never even happened.
Even if the worst does happen, to have somebody in your corner, ready to make sure that you can get your life back to where it was before the chaos hit, that's got to make somebody feel like, oh, there it is.
No one thinks about insurance until they actually are going through it. And that's what we hear from our policyholders, that thank you for being there for us in that moment. Thank you for coming out to the fire. Thank you for being there for the tree falling our house. Thank you for being there when, unfortunately, have a loved one pass away. And that's because we took the time initially. We aren't a 1-800 number. We took the time to sit down, understand what they needed. And for them, they're not a policyholder or a policy number. They're another family. They're part of our State Farm family, our State Farm agency family. And then we've got multiple generations that are with us, and we're really proud of that, because that's people who believed in us through multiple generations, going through and experiencing the insurance world using us.
Outdoors Delmarva will be right back.